So I really liked the word dream job because that's what it is. This is where you can let your imagination go completely wild. Post processing, you tend to do the raw and the dry. So it's perfect for an evening like tonight or yesterday where it was sleeting up here in Shropshire. So it is really important that multiple exposure is not a cop out for those images that you haven't taken particularly well. That is one of the really good parts about post processing is that it's experimental. It's all experimental. That is the fun, is the fact that it can look different every time you do it. So it is really important that I go down all of the blend modes for each one, because even if I find one that works, there might be another one that actually works even better. That's all you need to know. There is complicated maths that goes on and it changes the look depending on the pixels in both the layer that you are using and the layer below it. The creative choices that you have got with this is absolutely enormous. You can't fail to want to see it all of the time, I'm sure. Using birds, and that's a very personal one to me, but actually birds and architecture, it's pretty good. You can do some pretty interesting things with them. You don't even have to have two images where you've done ICN on them in order to do the cross hatching. You can do all of that out of camera. And do you know what? Yes, I do find it just as satisfying. Do you want to create a cloudy, mysterious atmosphere and therefore you'll use clouds as textures? Do you want it to be a very subtle texture just to give it that tiny painterly edge? Or do you want it to be much more prominent within your picture? Clouds are amazing, particularly pink ones or orange ones. So go and take yourself a whole set of clouds, either at sunrise or at sunset, because you will use them. Now, this is the real Marmite one because it's very contrasty. I really like contrasty ones, but I know that they are not to everybody's taste. Now, those birds were added on artificially. It wasn't the free murmuration of both the black and the white starlings. They are white starlings in there because I have used a particular blend mode with my multiple exposure, and therefore it's made some of them go white. But to make it mysterious, I've added clouds and I've added birds. It just gives a totally different picture. I can guarantee that no one in the world has got a picture of the Shard that looks like this. So we do Monet, we do Van Gogh, we do Matisse, we do Georgia O'Keeffe, and then just to spice things up, but if you've never heard of her, do look her up. She's amazing. Yayoi Kusama as well, who does lots of spotty mushroom. It really seems to have sparked your interest, and that is just so lovely for me to see because that's all I want to do.